Well, hi, everybody. You'll see that for this Chairside chat, I have a slightly different image on the screen for you. Usually I have the online nursing department office. I really wanted to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. You're an amazing team. What you see on the screen is our current FNP certification exam success rates. These numbers are the best they've been in years. And so we have a 93% overall 2019 all testers cohort success rate. The national average, you guys, is about 85%. So, we're doing really well. And so this is a testimony to what each and every one of you are doing, stepping up to the plate, supporting your students, coaching your students, and I really could not do this job without you, and I just want you to know how appreciative I am. Thank you to those of you who have stepped up to the plate and accepted extra assignments to help cover for team members who were unexpectedly hospitalized or ill. Thank you for those of you who have faced personal challenges with ill significant others, very close family members, in getting caught up on your students' feedback. Our students deserve weekly feedback from us. So it's incumbent upon us to stay on top of that and get them their feedback on a timely basis, and timely means weekly. If they need to keep up with their stuff weekly, we need to keep up with our stuff weekly. I'm thrilled with the number of Beacon updates I've seen where the clinical faculty persons are documenting that they've closed the loop with making an actual connection with the preceptor, either through phone call or response to an email. This will help should we have any students in the future who attempt to do what one of our students did last semester, which was forge, falsify, nudge clinical hours and type on encounters. And I'm also thrilled with the increased number of mid-course connection meetings that the didactic faculty people are documenting in the Beacon platform. If you haven't done those two things, we're now closing out week 10. If you're a didactic faculty person and you haven't done your mid-course connection meeting updates in in Beacon, please do that. Go to the online nursing department office. There's a tutorial on how to do that and the policy on what needs to be done. This week in clinical, your students all have their weekly clinical reflection and update. And remember, even if they completed their clinical hours for your course, they're required to give you something, reflect on something else, and project a future goal for another course or for their practice. They all have their time on documentation that is due. A total number of 13 SOAP notes is due this semester. In NU 609 for week 9 and week 10, your students had APEA activities. In NU 623, week 9, your students didn't have anything extra. Week 10, your students had their quiz number 5. They'll be wrapping up tonight. And I believe next week they have their DRP paper number 2 due. NU 627, your students didn't have anything extra except for their APEA in week 9. Week 10, they had APEA, and this week they also have their case study number 2 due. In NU 631, your students in week 9 completed and submitted their DRP paper number 2. Hopefully you have evaluated those, and those students all have their feedback by now. That would have been done technically by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. for us to get our feedback to them. I would prefer them to get quality feedback. So even if it's taken a couple extra days, we need to make sure that we're giving them great feedback. And in NU 631, your students have their quiz number 5. They're closing out for week 10, and nothing potentially for next week. That's over and above the weekly discussion threads and the weekly clinical activities. NU 632, your students didn't have anything extra in week 9. Week 10, they're closing out their quiz number 5. And next week, week 11, they have their DRP paper number 2. So just a news flash. There won't be any DRP papers for the spring semester. We're going to 10 graded SOAP notes, and there won't be any weekly clinical reflection and update forms. We're making the process such that the clinical points are all represented in a clinical decision-making model documented in an SOAP format, and we're going to do faculty training on how to give great feedback utilizing the rubric, the SOAP note evaluation rubric. Which will be embedded in the course of study. I'm so excited, and that helps us focus. A total of 1/3 of their course points will be on their clinical activities, which will help with some of the grade inflation type things that we've seen. once again, just thank you all. And then thank you all also for, oh no, did it go away? Let me get this back up. For documenting on the form that I asked you to fill out about students that were deficient in their midterm clinical evaluations and hours. I went through all of the things that were here as of yesterday and have reached out to your students. There are some of you who your students, after you put them on here, have gone back, and now there are some evaluations that you need to check for and sign off on. Once again, you guys, just this is amazing, and this is a testimony to the work that each and every one of you do. We'll have some great updates for students and for faculty for the spring semester, and I'm just so appreciative of everything that each and every one of you do. As a team, you all absolutely rock, and all of your hard work makes all of us look great for the university leadership. They're well pleased with these outcomes that we're producing so far. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, amazing week number 11.